Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with the round 15 tips. Every week we do these videos. It just amazes me at how quickly we're getting through this season. Almost 3/4 of a way through the season. And I think at this point now, I've just realized that I am absolutely terrible at tips, and we're going to find out. And you'll see that in this video. But yeah, let's go ahead, jump straight into it. Let's look at my round 14 tips. Alright, so as I just briefly touched on, I think now I'm actually admitting defeat for the tipping this year. I mean, this is just horrible for me at the moment. 71. I haven't done really good at all in any of these buy rounds. Four. I mean, that was a difficult round, so it was okay with the 4 there. But seriously, I've just not been good. I don't think I've even got an 8 out of 9 this year. And my hopes of getting a 9 out of 9 just seems to really not be a realistic target at the moment. So yeah, 2 out of 6 for round 14 here. Just poor. Genuinely poor. I don't know. I just can't seem to tip anything really good this year. So yeah, first one, Geelong. I thought we'll go for a little bit of an upset here, and up until I think it was halftime, the Cats looked on top, but Port Adelaide just flicked the switch really and just absolutely outran them, outdid them, and were just the absolute better team on the day. So you take one of those 50-50 losses. I mean, in my mind, I've seen this as a 50-50 match. Most people probably wouldn't, considering it's Port's home ground. But that's fine. Next up, Brisbane Lions just got it done. Very unconvincingly. I don't think Brisbane are in that good form at the moment. And it just amazes me how they always seem to get around that top 4 spot when I don't think they've really been playing the greatest footy. So, look, they got it done over the Swans, who are just having a terrible year as well. And bottom 4 now for the Swans. So, yeah. Next up, I mean, this is a stinker. This was a genuine stinker. And now that I think about it, I don't know why I tipped Fremantle, because I'd been so adamant and impressed by GWS in the recent month. And just really the whole year, I think they've been pretty good considering where they are as a club. And yeah, I don't know why, because I do actually like what the Giants have done this year, but I thought Freo, coming off not a great loss, not a great week from their loss against the Tigers, I thought they'd bounce back. And the Giants don't have the best record at Giants Stadium, so I thought maybe there's something, but geez, Freo are in the mud. They have just that is one of the worst performances all year from any team. Against the Giants, we're talking. This is not a top 4 side. This is the Giants, a team that you should probably be better than if we're comparing to last year. But yeah, no, that just wasn't the case. So terrible from Freo. A wet weather affair here. This was actually a pretty good game, though it was in extreme wet weather. That's a bit of a tongue twister if you try and say that quickly. So St Kilda didn't get it done there against the Tigers. And, well, the Tigers, I had actually tipped them in my video and I switched. This is another thing that I need to stop doing. And I've told myself this a few times this season. Bazza, don't switch the tips. And I've done it again. I don't know why I keep doing this. So I'm just going to not do it. I'm just going to stay with my original tips now, because I would have got this one right. And as I said in my video, I predicted that Richmond would go on a bit of a run to finals, and they're actually doing that. They've got a chance now with a lot of these other teams around them dropping off, so not too bad there. Carlton got it done against the Suns. Just Suns didn't show up, and Western Bulldogs got it done against North Melbourne in another one that was pretty tight and really not that impressive from the Western Bulldogs either. So yeah, anyway, going on to round 15. All right, so this is a genuine toss-up for me. Both teams here really haven't been that impressive in my opinion. I mean, Melbourne, it has to be said, they bet us in Queen's birthday, so that was a pretty good game there, or King's birthday, by the D's. But before that, I don't think they've been that impressive, and I'm not impressed by Geelong either. So I'm probably just going to go with Geelong at home, and I'll say by 18 points. But this could go either way. So I'm really not confident in both teams, and that's purely why I'm going Geelong here. Because I think at home, I mean, GMHBA Stadium, it's just a good prospect and a good advantage for Geelong. So I'll go Geelong there, but could go either way. I'm going to start being a little bit more safe with my tips here, and just sort of actually go with my head instead of my heart and what I think is going to be an upset. Like, wouldn't even consider it an upset really if Melbourne had bet Geelong in this game, or if they do beat Geelong, because Geelong aren't really going that well either. I mean, they've had an average year so far. So yeah, I'll go Geelong in that one. All right, next up here, we got the Brisbane Lions and St Kilda, two teams again that really aren't in amazing form, and none of these teams really scream out to me that they will be the dominant team on the day. So I think again here, I am going to go with St Kilda. Just purely because it's at home. I feel like you go the Lions if it's at Gabba. You go St Kilda if it's at Marvel. I don't know. I'm going to go St Kilda here. Again, they haven't been great. Brisbane Lions, I mean, they bet Sydney, but really, what do you take out of that? Sydney having a terrible year. They lost to Hawthorn at the MCG. And then before that, they lost to Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. So they've just really not had a great month, to be honest, the Brisbane Lions. But neither have St Kilda. So look, I'll go St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. All right, so this is really the same story every week. Anyone who plays West Coast, you know they're going to get a win. So of course, we'll go Sydney. They'll get it done here. West Coast, well, it's West Coast. There's not too much to talk about here in this game. So yeah, Sydney Swans will get it done. All right, next up here, this is honestly a difficult one as well, but Freo have not been that great. And I think here I will go for the slight underdogs in Essendon. They've been pretty good. They've had a good month. The win against Carlton just sort of solidified where they are this year in relative to the other average teams. They're definitely above that level this year. And I don't think they've really let any games slip this year that you'd expect them to win in. So that's a good sign. They've had a good month. They've won 4 out of their 4 games in the last month. So I'll go Essendon here, but it wouldn't really surprise me if Freo have a decent performance. I mean, they did beat Melbourne 4 weeks ago at the MCG. Like, I don't know. Does that just... there's been so many weird results this year. And I think that game where they bet Freo sort of more, or where they bet Melbourne Freo, more reinforces my point of just Melbourne not having a spectacular month either. So I'll go Essendon on pure form there, but at home you have to give Fremantle a chance. But yeah, I'm happy going Essendon in this one. Alrighty, next up here at home for the Pies, back at the MCG. Yeah, I'll be going the Pies here. Pretty easy tip for me personally as a Pies fan. I do give Adelaide a sneaky chance here. They haven't been all so bad. The only really convincing thing I think we've bet Adelaide the last 6 or 7 times, whether that be at Adelaide Oval, where we've played them 4 times and still bet them. So we've had a very good run against Adelaide at home or not. So I'll go the Pies, and I think most people would. But Adelaide are coming off, I mean, yeah, they bet West Coast. They lost to Gold Coast before that. So look, aside from that win against the Brisbane Lions, they haven't had a great month either. Pies coming off that Melbourne loss, I think we'll rejuvenate, we'll reset, we'll regroup, and should beat Adelaide here by, I'm hoping, at least 30 points. All right, and the last one for the round here, up in Gold Coast, I think I will go the Suns here. Though, you got to give Hawthorn a chance because they haven't been playing too bad either. What's the form guide here? So, look, the Suns have won both at home their last few times. Hawthorn won down in Launceston, I think it was, or it was at the MCG, I'm not sure. And then before that, yeah, so it looks like really the home team seems to be winning these games here. So I'll go Gold Coast. But Hawthorn have had a pretty good last month as well. They've won, 3 out of their last 4 games against West Coast, St Kilda, and the Brisbane Lions. So St Kilda and Brisbane Lions, not some bad opposition there by any means. So yeah, you've got to say Hawthorn do have a chance here, but surely Gold Coast bounce back after that disappointing loss to the Blues. And at home, I think they'll get it done. So yeah, that's going to be it for my tips this round. Geelong, St Kilda, Sydney, Essendon, Collingwood, and Gold Coast. And thank God we're finally at the last round of the buys. I absolutely hate the buy rounds. So boring, so annoying. So yeah, let's see how terribly this goes for me this round. And I'll probably manage to get less than half again somehow. So yeah. Guys, that just about does it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Tipping comps are down below for anyone that's interested. I apologize as well for the lack of content over the last month. Yeah, with the Thursday game, or the King's birthday on the Monday last week, it sort of put me out of whack and didn't get the tipping video out too late. I wanted to get the match day vlog out, but that's probably not going to happen now. So yeah, hopefully we can get back on schedule. It really helps me when the Pies play on a Saturday or a Sunday because it gives me more time to get the vlog out and the tipping video. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.